Good morning, folks, and welcome to the very number one first premiere exhibition episode of Wake Up with Welly. And today, we're going to see if we can get to work without having an accident or being late, which I believe is a wonderful way to start the day, especially if you have work. It is not the best time to be too late, when especially you're on a probationary period. And this is like I said, the very first time I'm trying something like this, and I have been meaning to do it for a long time because most of the content I have is always of me online, and I don't really have much to go on in terms of who I am as a person, what I'm into, what I do when I'm not gaming. So here is my opportunity to show you who/what I am when I'm not online trying to impress you with my skills. I can instead just chill and start my day with a small, very short conversation. It will take me around 15 to 20 minutes to get to work across the motorway here. And where do I work? Well, a wonderful question. Thank you for asking. I'm a chef. I use that very loosely, that term very loosely, because I'm not qualified. I've always learned on the fly with my cooking. Always learned on the fly. I've perhaps been around a kitchen for, I like to say, 8 years. I mean, 7 of which has really been in a dish pit. Yeah, I've spent about maybe 6 or 7 years just in a dish pit, and I've worked in burger bars, I worked in noodle bars, I worked in where else have I worked in, like ski resort restaurants, all sorts of stuff. And I even worked in a place, I mean, I got my basic skills there. I always kept my eyes open and I looked for what I could learn. And it turns out that when my time was up in my foreign adventures, that I realised I had learned something. I had realised that from my time in Whistler, my time in Canada, my time in France, I had picked up some fucking sick manoeuvres, not just for the dish pit, although the dish pit is very much my forte, but that's our secret, okay? That's our secret. If you want to be good at cooking, guys, be a chef of the sink first. Be absolutely a chef of the sink, and then from there your passion will grow. You get an ear and eye for what you have to look for and organise. That's if you're into cooking. I'm not sure what you might be into, but if you're watching this video, I want to let you know, thank you very much for being here. And in exchange for that, I'd like to be there for you. So if you're also a YouTuber, or if you want to get out there in the interwebs, just hit me up, and there's no problem at all in me sending you a shout out to the people I know. And if we do have things in common, shared interests, well then we're going to grow together, aren't we? It's as easy as that. I'm not here to beg, I'm not here to like for like, because to be fair, if you see that from someone's channel, run for the hills, run in the opposite direction. You're not going to get what you want from that channel. Maybe if it's a friend of yours, whatever, go for it, but in my opinion, run for the fucking hills. So one side of me, yes, is very much a cook/chef. If you didn't know already, I've spent a lot of time abroad. I've only recently just come back to the UK. I've been here for maybe 3 months so far. I came back at the end of 2018 with nothing because my work permit expired, and after all my time in Canada and all the money I spent, it came to nothing. And isn't that sad? It absolutely came to nothing. And I had to come back to the UK. Crikey, this looks packed. I had to come back to the UK and start my life again. And I've been very, very lucky. One, to have a family that has supported me. Over Christmas, we got together. My sisters have both had kids recently, which is very weird for me. A very weird thing to... I mean, life is changing for me. It is. It's very interesting, you could say. And they're finding their way. My sisters plus my niece and nephew. Anyway, I've been lucky to get here. I had a family that supported me, especially my grandparents. They gave me a cheque for £100 and a few shopping vouchers, you know. I think which really is the unsung hero of Christmas gifts. If you don't buy gifts for people. Just get vouchers. They're gonna love you more. Unless you absolutely nail that purchase, just get someone a voucher for whatever they want. Either online or in real world. You're not gonna fail there. Or a bottle of alcohol. You're gonna do well. So yeah, my grandparents set me up and I wanted to get out my house as soon as possible. It's not a positive environment. I don't get on with my dad very well, which is surprisingly common these days. Maybe it's always been that way. I'd love to speak with someone that has a great relationship with their dad and what they go through, what they talk about, because me and my dad, we just don't talk. I'm encountering some traffic here. And is that a shame? I don't know. I feel a lot happier that way. That's the truth. Sometimes if there are people in your life, in your family that you're just not clicking with, if it's been a while, if it's been over at least a year, guys, it's not working, you know. You need to cut that. Even if they are your family, you need to... There's only so much you can do. It's different for every person. But I'm way happier. That's why I went to Canada. I was on my own. I could do what I want, and I was free. I learned to speak French. I learned to snowboard. I learned to cook. I loved it. That was my life. And I'm so grateful for what I went through, because it's given me a leg up for what I can do here in the UK. So on top of my cooking, my restaurant, etc., not my restaurant, the restaurant, I'm taking on an apprenticeship as well. So knock on wood, with this apprenticeship I can get the qualification and go anywhere in the world. Maybe I could start again twice in Canada or even the USA, which was a thought, because I have family over in the USA. The only con to that is that working in the USA is not easy. Not for the effort side of things, but if you want to find a legal permit, a visa, etc. Oh my god, it's difficult. Fuck, the USA is not an open state. It is not at all. They will process you. You need the papers and you need to hand it in order, indexed with highlights, because they will likely lose your paperwork. They're even worse than Quebec. At the moment, that's my plate at the moment. That's me so far this year at the moment. I've moved out from my farm, which is great because that means I can spend more time online with you guys, with the people that want to see me. I can spend more time with you. I can produce more content, which is great. I have my own room. My roommate is amazing as well. His name is Wayne. He might be yelling at me sometimes on the live stream. He does yell at me. He's good though. We're good. We have a rapport. And his ex-army, ex-counter-terrorism unit. I don't want to say too much about him, but he's a pretty cool motherfucker. And he also takes me for lightsaber training. That's his side project. That's why I'm affiliated with that academy. If you go to my channel on Twitch, you'll see the panel below goes to his website. So if you want, you can absolutely go to that and check out and see what he does. He's not invested in it fully because he still has his main job. Very much a side project, and there will be videos of me swinging lightsabers around in the future. I'll see if I can find some for you. That would be fun. Also, I do need to connect with some more chefs. I need to connect with some more online cooks. I went into town yesterday on my one of few days off. When you're on a salary position, folks, you become a part of the establishment. You are the fucking furniture. you are, that's you. And I went into town yesterday and I realised this is why you should support your local butcher and your local market, because I went to Tesco, looked at the veggie section, they had a packet of 3 onions for 89p, which is, let's say that's £1. Okay, that's how I see it as a consumer. 3 onions, £3. Whoa, oh, what a good deal. It's not. I turned around. I was going to buy some stuff. I thought, yeah, Tesco, let's do it. No, I turned around and came back out, went into market. I got a bucket, I shit you not, a bucket of at least 8 onions for £1. That was it. How cool! And I said thank you to the man. I gave him £5. I picked up some other bits as well, and he gave me a pomegranate because why not? On the house, pomegranate. So that was nice. And you should also support your butcher, because I went in there. They had a February hamper, which is a brilliant idea. And I got, get this, 12 chicken thighs, a football-sized piece of gammon. I have no idea what to do with it. Some gammon slices as well. Don't know what to do with that. 4 pork chops. Getting this so far? It's like 3-4 items so far. A bar of sausage meat, like this. A bar of sausage meat. I got something else as well. What else did I get? Chicken thighs. Oh, we got 12 eggs. Because eggs. I got 12 eggs. And I also was very kind to the butcher, and I asked the man, may I, can you throw in the ribeye? And I expected to pay full price for that. A nice slice of ribeye would be at least £8. And I think he threw it in for about a £5 or something. I feel like I got a good deal. The guy was incredible. Always be polite to your butcher. Always be polite to your man in the market. They will look after you. And then keep going back to them. You're going to get looked after. I promise you. Whether you're a chef or not, just be polite to these people. They very much deserve it. Their produce is their lifeline. And I have great respect for that. Great respect for that. And I will be back once I figure out what to do with this pork, because I have a lot of pork now. I don't know what to do with it. I picked up some dill, coriander, and mint, because I want to get to know my herbs a bit more. I'm pretty weak on herbs. When I look at a herb... Okay, so here's an example. This is why I'm super bad with herbs. I went to the market yesterday, and they have a bunch of stalks together with elastic bands, and it's called a bunch. And I sniffed this thing, and I said to the guy, what is this? He goes, mate, it's mint. Fucking mint! How can I not know? How? So, I mean, this is why people say chef. I'm not a chef. Stop calling me chef. But they do. And if that's what they want to call me, let it be. You know? Let it be. They can call me that. There's a guy that keeps calling me young man. He's 18. I'm 10 years older than him. I have wanted to grab him and say, look, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're not that cool, okay? But let him be. There are things out of your control, and I think that's where the root of most stresses and conflicts would come from, is that sense of control, of ownership and being, where that's not right, or it should be like this, or I'm not happy with that. You know, just when you take the pressure off yourself to let things be as they are, mate, people aren't that bad. Sometimes people are just people, and that's going to mean different things to a lot of people, but that's how I think. People are just people. And you find people that are way too much, or you find people that aren't enough, but this is only your opinion. You don't know what they go through, okay? You don't know them. You don't know, like, for example, someone having a baby at 18 years old is gonna... How would you feel? You don't know. I don't know that. I don't have a kid. It's incredible, right? It changes a lot of things. It's perspective. So I reckon with that sense, that's it. That's my point made. That's all. And this traffic is so fun as well for me right now. So with the channel, what can I tell you about that? Well then, my channel. YouTube for me has always been, it did start as a diary and with clips of me and Chaz. We had a whole squad together. We had very much a whole squad, and we used to put clips on there. This is a sad story. Then my dad and I had our conflict at home because I wanted to be a pro gamer, of course, and he said no, and he felt like he had to smash my PC, so that happened. And so I moved out for a while, and then I deleted my YouTube channel, and I really shouldn't have, because some of the content on there was digital gold, and I deleted it because I thought, you know what, this isn't going to happen. But it never left my head, even if I wanted to. Even when that happened, when I had ultimate failure, it never left my mind that I wanted to do things online. I wanted to help people communicate, connect with people of similar interests. Anyway, we started again, and I'm glad that this time I've kept the channel, and I have been using it to record my live streams. That's all so far, and if I get a wave of inspiration, I will make a video on how to improve your live stream, or if not, improve as a person. But that's, I don't know, I need to put more work into that. I also want to at least make some broadcasts in the kitchen where I'm cooking, and maybe compile a list of recipes. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And I think it says a lot about gamers today, that they're not the stereotype of that lazy schoolboy that can't find a job, or that lazy whatever that can't find a job or support themselves. Gamers, when they get their game on, are unstoppable. I think I just did a whoopsie here. When gamers get their game on, they're unstoppable. Think of the last achievement you were pursuing, that objective or whatever, that rank. You become that what is needed to excel, you know, and you can apply that to real life. It's true. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that thought, because I'm here at work now and I need to kick ass. This is a big old shift today for 12 hours, and I need to clean the fridge, I need to clean the ovens, because I simply love doing it. Isn't that a weird thing to say? Anyway, until next time, guys, do take care of yourself. Thank you very much. Bye bye.